got basketball at Oracle. And let's go.
Well, Kevin.
Thanks, David. That's the mindset you have to have. In the end, winning titles should be the ultimate goal. And we're watching two of the elite teams, Chris, go head-to-head. This one's going to be terrific.
We all know to be the best, you got to beat the best. Both of these teams are focused tonight.
A nice clean game, huh?
So Cleveland will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Cleveland, the two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the center. The shot by Thompson, no good. And the Cavaliers with possession. Here's Thomas, and it's good off the back rim and in. Thomas got the first points on the scoreboard for the Cavs. And one thing that everyone was concerned about with the Warriors was that they had lost too much on defense when they signed Durant. Ended up not being the case at all.
Not at all. It took them a few weeks to gel, but they went right back to being a top defensive team. And when you look at Durant, his play, he was one of the best two-way players in the league that past season. And he still has a defense that could win them games, even if their offense is struggling.
And here's Love for three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
You got to respect how zoned in Love is. The D can't do anything more. He's just too good with that jumper.
Curry kicks to Green. Durant up top. That's tipped. Thomas against Curry. Shot clock at 5 for three. The shot missing. Cavaliers go the other way with it. LeBron against Durant, and he banks in the layup.
You can't contain James when he's close to the rim. He's too powerful in the paint.
Thompson passes to Curry. They double-team Curry. Thompson inside the line, gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Thompson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Lets it fly from 18. Another miss by Curry. Launches a three, and James gets it to go on the assist by Love. LeBron's got 5 points so far. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 5. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how.
Dad always watches more film than me.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
Iguodala is at the 3 with Green playing the 4. McCaw is out there with Livingston, and it's West in at the 5 down low. That's the Warriors 5. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. 1:10 left to play in the first half. Livingston kicks to McCaw. Outside, Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. 6 to shoot. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Nick Young's checked in for Draymond Green. Poked away. And it's Shumpert penetrating. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Shumpert should show off his quickness like that all the time. Love how he just sliced his way inside.
Iguodala kicks to McCaw. They set the screen. Down low. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And yes, it's good. Love's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs.
Oh, you can't allow Love that kind of positioning. He's a high percentage scorer inside.
McCaw kicks to Young. Pass to McCaw, and there's the feed to Livingston. Rose with the double team. It's stolen by Rose. And here we go. Outer dishes to Rose. Passes it to Love. And he makes good on the layup. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Here's Shumpert. And so it's Cleveland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. For the Cavaliers, what'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it.
That'll do it for...
The second half beginning in just a moment.
Well, one thing I like about Ty Lue is at the same time he's a player.
Warriors trail by 7. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. The Cavaliers leading by 7. James outside. Kicks it to Thomas. Pass to Smith. Back to Thomas. Feeds to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Pachulia. And Ty Lue not shy about holding his stars accountable.
No, he's not. He'll critique everyone from the 15th man up to LeBron. He still wants his players' input, asking his guys what works for them, what they're comfortable with.
1:21 left in the third. Curry passes to Pachulia. Back to Curry. Takes the 3. That one's not going to go. Cavaliers go the other way with it. The drive by Thompson. Offensive rebound. James. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And stolen by LeBron. Jumps up, and James throws it down.
James is unreal in fast break situations. Impossible to contain when he's off and running.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Has the NBA ever seen a more dominant athlete than LeBron James? The quickest player on the floor at any given time and the strongest. Just one of a kind.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here too. Crowder's checked in. Durant kicks to Curry. Good work there as it goes. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
He is almost as hard to stop inside as he is out. I mean, Curry just finishes. That wiry frame and speed of his, he can still get to the hoop and finish strong.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
Now here's Durant. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cleveland leading by 11. In the corner, it's James. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
James is incredible near the bucket. Excellent at keeping his concentration, even when the D is all over him.
Green, the screen. Thompson from long range. No good there. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. It's the core of the Warriors out there with Curry, Clay, Iguodala, KD, and Draymond. That's the Warriors 5.
LeBron continues to add to his legacy. Dominant player on both ends of the floor.
And Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want two guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want two guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that are complement each other, I think is the type of GM that is successful in this league.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade or a player that's willing. And so, you have a lot of moving factors right there. That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Cavaliers.
It's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
He had those defenders shaking their heads. There were times when they thought they had a handle on him, and then just like that, he'd go off on another tear.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Then for the Cavaliers, Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Smith comes in for LeBron. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Kyle Korver.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Now here's Livingston and the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. The second person. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Crowder against Young. 5 to shoot. The 11-footer. And Shumpert pulls it down. He dishes it to Crowder. From outside, off the mark. That free throw good from Young. And so Young nails them both. Outside jumper. Misses. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline.